Hello everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am the Sipping Tea, and today I have a news and updates video for you starting March the 14th, 2023. Briefly however, before I get into that, I just wish to issue a huge thanks to my patrons NB Hollywood, Niagara898 and Blucifer. Thank you all ever so much for your continued support. If you would also like to help support me and this channel, then please do find the link to my Patreon down below in the description. So, with all that being said, let's get into it. So this week, the very first thing to announce is that as a community we did indeed achieve the goal to unlock the new map Swamp. So you can now expect to see that eventually in the map rotation. I do understand that at the moment it's a very rare map to come across, but nonetheless it is a map well worth taking a look at if you haven't already. Maybe take a look at it in the co-op section so you get a bit more of a relaxed environment to take a look at it. Moving on from there, we have a brand new contract. So from today, the 14th of March through until the 11th of April, we have the Long Bomb, which of course is a mercenary vehicle. So it's a tier 5, do take a look at it. It's quite a nice little tank destroyer. If you've already got it, then you'll also get the silver as compensation for it upon completion. Moving on from there, we have a St. Patrick's Day themed challenges and events. So this is quite the detailed one, so I'm going to have a mixture of information I will tell you here as well as bits and bobs on the screen. So to start things off, basically they have the lucky key cards back in action. So with us from today the 14th of March through until the 4th of April, you can buy these key cards, the cheapest of which will be $1.49 American for a single key card, in other bundles going all the way up to $36.99 for a total of 30 key cards. Now in these key cards, with absolutely every single one that you buy, you will get one of the lucky commanders, but there's also a chance where you may be able to get an additional 100 gold or 200 gold or a premium tank. Word to the wise, the premium tank drop rate is only 1%, so I would urge you not to go for these key cards if your main objective is to get a premium tank. I think the regular key cards are perhaps the better option for you in that regard. Moving on from there, they have various bundles that are available as well. Now there's quite a few different bundle options here, so instead of listing them all, I will just give you the gist of it right here. So from today the 14th of March through until the 4th of April, there are 13 different 2D standard commanders that you can get. You can either buy them all as one in one great big bundle for 8,000 gold, which is a 50% saving, or indeed you can buy them individually for 1,250 gold each. Moving on from there, we have the Luck of the Irish challenge. So with us from today until the 21st of March, this challenge is basically a challenge where you can win 10 battles in a row and get one random reward, which will consist of either silver boosters, commander boosters, tank XP boosters, emblems and inscriptions. So it's available in multiplayer only, available in World War II for tiers 3 to 10 and Cold War for all eras. It's a random reward out of the various different options, so do check that out in the challenges tab. Moving on from there, we have gold to silver conversion bonus. So from today the 14th of March through until the 21st of March, 1 gold will give you 600 silver. So if you need a bit of silver and don't mind spending your gold on that, then you will get a bonus on that if you wish. Moving on from there, St. Patrick's Day bundles. So from today through until the 21st of March, we have various different bundles that are available. There is an enormous amount of bundles that are available here, but the long and short of it is that it's all based off boosters. So you've got vehicle XP boosters, commander XP boosters and silver boosters in bundles of 100, 50 and 25 for all three of those different types. For the bundle of 100 it's a 50% discount, for the bundle of 50 it's a 35% discount, and for the bundle of 25 it's a 25% discount. So do check that out if you fancy stocking up on some of the boosters. From there we move into the trade-in event, which is with us from today until the 21st of March. So with this, I'll leave a link in the description below because there is just an enormous amount of tanks that are available for this trade-in. But basically you can trade 50% of the gold value if you already own these tanks for a different tank. Moving on from there, we have the Dream Machines challenge. So basically this is your opportunity to get a tank for free. It's a point-based goal, so the long and short of it is you earn points by placing as one of the top 5 XP earners on your team. You earn 5 points for placing as the top XP earner on your team, 3 points for placing as second or third on your team, or 1 point for placing 4th or 5th on your team. Once you've cashed in your points, that is it. You've cashed in your points and you can't do it anymore, so choose wisely. It does start with some relatively basic stuff like XP boosters and a relatively small amount of silver, and indeed even 3 days of premium time. But otherwise I think the main thing that most people will be gunning for is the premium tanks. So to just list the premium tanks then, as I think they are the most desirable of the rewards. For 600 points you can cash in and get the tier 7 Super Hellcat tank destroyer. For 775 points is the Swedish tier 8 Emil 1951 heavy tank. For 900 points is the Teledyne Continental Motors AGS Era 3 Western Alliance light tank. So that's of course a Cold War tank. And finally for 1000 points you get the Soviet tier 9 Object 752 heavy tank. Available of course in World War II and Cold War tiers 3 to 10 and all 3 eras. It does exclude co-op, it is only multiplayer. Moving on from there, we have weekly sales. So from today the 14th of March through until the 4th of April, this is a bit of a strange one this week because they've basically repeated one of these offers from last week, which is the Leopard 1A1 at half price, 5,700 gold. So I guess that offer just continues into this week, which is a bit strange. But otherwise the other weekly offer is 20 lots of 1.5 times silver boosters for 870 gold. From there we move on to super savings, previously referred to as personal offers. So you probably know the score from here, but in case you're new, basically once you've unlocked or earned 8,000 XP, 20,000 XP and 40,000 XP, upon meeting those thresholds you get a 50% discount on the following vehicles. So once you've earned 8,000 XP is a 50% discount on the German tier 8 Panzernacker Auto tank destroyer. Once you've earned 20,000 or more XP, you get the 50% discount on the Soviet Tier 6 Su-100Y tank destroyer. And finally, once you've earned 40,000 or more XP, you get a 50% discount on the Italian Tier 8 Progetto M35 Mod 46 medium tank. From there we move on to contract reminders. Only 3 contracts to remind you of this time round. Do keep in mind that of course after the dates that I'm about to mention you'll have an additional week where you can buy out the remaining contract if you haven't been able to earn it for free. But of course to buy that contract out it does involve spending gold. So we start with the Ramrod, which ends on March the 27th, the Legion 59 pattern ending on March the 15th, and finally the Machine ending on the 3rd of July. Something that is absolutely worth mentioning to you as well is an event that started mid last week, and that is the K9 Veterans Day event. It started on March the 10th and runs through until March the 21st. The long and short of it is that this is an event celebrating essentially what dogs have done for humanity in war over the years. So there's 2 different parts to this. One is where you can ultimately earn the Sarek and Jan Koss 2D Standard Commander. I probably mispronounced that, apologies if I have, but nonetheless you can earn that. I'll show you a little graphic on the screen right now so you can see the sort of the goal and rewards, but it's a 5-stage challenge where you get silver to start with, followed by 5 lots of commander boosters, 5 lots of German Shepherd emblems, 5 lots of commander boosters again, and then finally ending on that special 2D standard commander. Available for World War II from tiers 3 to 10, Cold War and all eras, and multiplayer only, so it does exclude co-op. The final part of the K9 Veterans Day event is special bundles, where once again we have the Soviet Tier 6 T-34-85 Rudy medium tank along with that 2D standard commander on sale for just 3,600 gold, or indeed just the tank on its own, the Rudy, for 2,750 gold. To wrap things up in this week's installation of the news, I want to once again give a shout out to the Resolutions event. So this is an event that runs from the 14th of February this year through until the 30th of January next year. Very important for you to follow the link down below in the description so you can sign up for this and basically get monthly rewards, and ultimately if you complete all of the seasons from now through until the 30th of January, you will be given a free tank. So very important for you to check that out. Again, I mentioned it in last week's video, I went into a little bit more detail there, but yes, like I said, the link is in the description, so please do check that out. A final mention to my patrons, once again, NB Hollywood, Niagara898 and Blucifer. Thank you all ever so much for your continued support of me and this YouTube channel. If you do fancy supporting me and this YouTube channel as well, then please do check out the Patreon link down in the description. Even a small amount, like something along the lines of $5 a month, the equivalent of the cost of a cup of coffee, would help me out significantly. So if you are in a position where you can help out, please do check that link down below. So, with all that being said, I want to thank you all ever so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.